The opening season of Young Justice introduced fans to a completely new world, Earth 16. A new Justice League, a new voice cast, and most notably a new Aqualad. Replacing and reimagining characters in the modern world is risky and often a roll of the dice or spin of the wheel. In the case of Kaldur'an, Greg Weisman and the creative team of Young Justice rolled a 7, again and again and again. Let's take a few minutes to talk about the current leader of the Justice League and quite honestly, one of the best reimagined characters in comic history, Aqualad. Now before we dive in, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, don't forget about the big giveaway. We got this PlayStation 5 to give away at 25,000 subscribers. All you have to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave a comment. Also, check out the Buy Me a Coffee link down below. It's a great way to support this channel with just a tiny bit of pocket change, all while not creating any reoccurring obligation for yourself. We really appreciate it. From the opening seconds of Young Justice, it was apparent fans were going to get something unique with the series. The opening moments introduce us to our first 4 team members, Robin, Speedy, Kid Flash, and the new Aqualad, Kaldur'ahm. Growing up a massive fan of the original Aquaman 1960s cartoon series, which heavily featured the Garth version of Aqualad, and well Tusky, I was honestly caught off guard. Let's be very real here for a second. Changing classic characters is dangerous, and it can upset fans. Full-on reboot and reimagining can be downright divisive. This was a full-on, unapologetic reimagining of the character. It wasn't even Garth at all. And before that opening scene finished, I was already a huge fan and calling the character one of the best reimaginings in any comic medium. When it's good, and the new kid on the block was great. The new Aqualad was here to stay. Aqualad, or Calder as we like to call him, took to the team, well, pardon the pun, like a fish to water. Immediately showing leadership level maturity and only stepping into the role when he was needed, and not for some personal validation or glory. His Atlantean world was made more familiar to us over the next season. Aquaman, Mira, Earth 16's Garth, and of course his relationship with Tula Aquagirl. This all came to a head during the Young Justice Legacy video game, a sort of Season 1.5, where Tula was killed defeating the Tiamat that Clarion the Witch Boy had summoned to Earth. Calder's tragedy deepened when he discovered that his real father was actually Black Manta, after years of Aquaman lying to him. This led to him leaving the team to take time to emotionally process what had happened. Season 2 sees him grow into a new kind of hero, going undercover and taking down the light firsthand. By the time we get to Season 3, he is literally the new Aquaman, leading the Justice League and living his true self in his personal life. During the 10 years or so, we see him grow into a new hero, and I really think this is why fans love him. Like another hero who evolved, Dick Grayson, fans identify with that kind of personal growth. His character has gone from a true sidekick, Aqualad, to the leader of the Justice League and current holder of the mantle, Aquaman. People love to see good people and characters succeed. Created by Greg Weisman and Brandon Vietti for the Young Justice show, the character has always been the personification of calm yet decisive action. Nothing is ever done with haste, but with clear defined intent and purpose. Combined with an element of class and humility that Calder has had throughout the series, you cannot help but love the character and be happy to see him grow and really blossom in front of fans. Now, lots of other things help this character land with gravitas and grace. First and foremost, Kyrie Payton's voice is a centerpiece of this connection. That calm and class we talked about is basically built into the way this character is delivered here, and his voice is genuine. The combination of near perfection for a character whose real superpower might actually be his raw talent for leadership. Now speaking of powers, Calder's hydrokinesis magical powers are awesome. His power set being so different is also a huge change and makes the character new and fresh. This isn't some weak retooling fans are being asked to accept, but a 100% new character for fans to get to know and understand. Heck, we even have Garth in this world, known as Tempest. If you're a fan of him, there isn't a moment of dishonor done to his story, although he too has his share of tragedy. Ironically, the DC Comics version of the character is on a similar trajectory. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the comic version of Kaldur'ahm, he's known as Jackson Hyde. It's worth reading up on him. I've actually included a few links down below. The character has been around in the comics for about the same amount of time as Young Justice has been with us. He has a different but very similar backstory, with several story arcs being near identical to his animated counterpart. This includes Calder's personal relationships both in and out of the LGBT community, and Black Manta being his father. He is even currently being promoted to Aquaman, just like his cartoon counterpart. So if you're a fan of the character, there's lots in store for the future of the former Aqualad. Now, we have no idea what Season 4 will be for Calder and the Young Justice team. He may very well stay a member of the Justice League and remain an ally of the team, but at a distance. I suspect, though, we will have some storyline that will bring him back to his first team, rekindling those old friendships and relationships, as well as painful memories. We're still pretty unclear what phantoms could mean, and it could be a literal phantom from the past. We talked a little bit about Tula in our Who Are the Young Justice Phantoms Part 1, and I think that might be worth a revisit. That link is also down below and should be popping up on your screen. So, what do you guys think? Are you a fan of the Kaldur'an version of Aqualad, who's now Aquaman? And do you think the Atlantean rejoins his Young Justice team, or continues his leadership position with the Justice League in Season 4? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not getting any updates. Peace.